Syria refuted rumors that it has recently used Scud missiles against the armed terrorist groups. A source at the Foreign and Expatriates Affairs said that these missiles are long-range missiles and are not used to confront armed terrorist groups. On the other hand, Syria expressed concern over the American postponement of the conference on establishing an area free of nuclear arms and mass destruction weapons in the Middle East that was scheduled to be held in Finland this month. Foreign and Expatriates Affairs said that America does not have the authority to take such decision by itself, adding that such step defends Israel that owns mass destruction weapons and threatens peace and security in the region. Russian Special Envoy for Mideastern Affairs, Deputy Foreign Minister Mikhail Bogdanov, has affirmed the need for the implementation of the Geneva Agreement to solve the Syrian crisis, reiterating his country's call for a new meeting to be held by the International Group of Action on Syria. Bogdanov criticized the role of the West and the Arab League in distorting Moscow's stand towards the crisis in Syria. Iranian Foreign Minister Ali Akbar Salehi has reiterated his country's stand, calling for the need to rapidly resort to dialogue instead of violence in order to solve the Syrian crisis. Salehi criticized at the same time the West's double-standard policy towards the region. He referred to earnest measures taken by Iran in this respect, the recent of which was the convention of the Syrian National Dialogue Conference in Tehran under the motto, "No to violence, yes to democracy." He added that when Western countries found that no popular demonstrations took place in Damascus on a wide scale, as it was the case in other Arab countries, they sent armed men and provided them with money and weapons in order to destroy the infrastructure of the Syrian state. A car loaded with a large quantity of explosives planted by terrorists blew up in Ras al-Naba residential neighborhood near Mikhail Samaan School in Qatana in Damascus suburbs, killing and wounding a large number of citizens and causing material damage on the site of the explosion. A source at Martyr Khaled Saqqa Amini Hospital said the hospital received the bodies of 16 martyrs, including 7 children and a number of women. The source added that first aid was offered to 23 seriously wounded persons, the majority of whom were children and women. The terrorist explosion caused material damage to nearby cars, shops and residential buildings, as well as infrastructure. Terrorists blew up a car loaded with explosives in Al-Mustawsaf district in Judaydat al-Fadl in Damascus countryside, causing the martyrdom of a number of citizens and the injury of others, among them women and children. A source at Al-Muwasat Hospital said that the bodies of 8 martyrs, including 3 women and 2 girls who fell in the terrorist bombing in Judaydat al-Fadl, were admitted to the hospital. The emergency department received 33 injured people, some of whom suffer from severe injuries, including women and children. Al-Nusra Front, affiliated to Al-Qaeda, announced in a statement its responsibility for the 3 terrorist bombings that targeted on Wednesday the building of the Ministry of Interior in Kafar Sousa neighborhood in Damascus. The death toll of the terrorist explosions that targeted the premises of the Ministry of Interior has risen to 5. Dozens of citizens were also injured. The blasts led to material damage in the building. In Damascus countryside, a unit from the Syrian Arab Army seized large quantities of weapons, including RPGs, from an armed terrorist group hideout near Khalid bin al-Walid Mosque in Hajjera city. Meanwhile, another unit destroyed a mortar launcher set in a farm at Al-Diabiyah city to target civilians and destroy public and private property. An army unit has targeted a terrorist gathering in Al-Muslimiyah in Aleppo suburbs. Several terrorists were killed and wounded. The infantry school guards have meanwhile intercepted an armed terrorist group in Al-Muslimiyah who had tried to attack the school, killing and injuring a large number of the group. Moreover, an army unit clashed with armed men on Aleppo Al-Muslimiyah road, killing some of them and pursuing others. Prime Minister Dr. Wael al-Halaqi stressed to members of parliament from Idlib Governorate their role in enhancing national unity, conciliation and dialogue. He also reviewed steps taken by the government to provide the basic needs of people in light of the current challenges. Syria is facing. He added that the military operations against the armed terrorist groups are about to end and that security and stability will be restored soon. Premier al-Halaqi also underlined the importance of achieving cooperation between the legislative and executive authorities.